Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Right, so I wanted to jump into something a bit further down the track, and you know, KTQ, the third Bardon book, is after discovering initiation into Hermetics, KTQ is just it's rocking my world. I'm finding taking so much value from it, and I'm able to extend that value to others. And I just wanted to share with you some of how I'm viewing this and creating my own sort of relatable practice routine from my previous careers, etc. So, at one point in my life, I was working in heavy machinery as a parts guy, and I also developed some technical understanding of machinery. And also, then from there, I became a musician and music teacher. And so, as a guitar player, I'd have pedals and I'd have basically adjusters on their knobs and things like this. So, what I wanted to do was introduce you to this visual metaphor that I'm developing, and that is essentially a set of dials, a very simple set of dials. This can be elaborated on and detailed in greater sort of context and detail, etc., etc. But to start with, here's a thing. So when you start doing the practical training of KTQ, you'll start off here in the fire pole, and that's essentially training yourself to visualize a set of 27 different colors, and then there's some exercises in that too. But first of all, you're learning to perceive 27-ish colors. Obviously, some of them are very similar. But yeah, you're creating presets, and what happens is that you could almost have a spectrum, like a bandwidth of sorts, like where from red, sort of infrared to ultraviolet, like a spectrum of colors, and these can be put on a dial. And what you're doing is that you're tuning the mental body to perceive these. And so, if like I said, it's visual metaphor. So I've created a drawn dial system here, right? And so we have all these colors, and there's obviously variations. There's green, there's grass green, there's light green or bright green, and then there's maybe like an olive green. Okay. And so, like I said, we can have some more details when I develop this metaphor further. But essentially, so what we do is that as we're sitting in the concentration and developing these, we're also moving between things. We're fine tuning them, okay? So where the dial may start off as being sort of like heavy presets, as we develop the visualization faculty, we'll be able to move either side. We'll be able to darken, richen, or lighten and bring in a slightly different hue of a similar color. So that's the fire pole. The air pole, now this is a little different, and this is the beauty of this because there's so much to play with here as far as teaching goes. But, the sound pole is not just a sound as such, it's a tone, la 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 la, and it's also a voice, g, t, ts. There's the tone underlying it, and then there's the voice that we give it. Just like how you can have, say, 10 different instruments in an orchestra, and they're all playing the same note, but the voicing is different. Like a violin sounds different to a saxophone, if you know what I mean. So this is another set of presets that we work in, and once again, it has its own sort of unique sort of characteristics. And one of those is that obviously we have the notes of the musical alphabet. I've just put a small scattering of them here. And then we have, the voice. And I'm going to go into this in some more detail. And I've got some really cool things to share on this. I was going to make like a really comprehensive video course on this, and maybe I will, but I just wanted to share some of the stuff on YouTube so you guys can get started, take advantage of, what I can share. But yeah, so this set of dials here ends up being, this dial here can also have some other little dials here. But to start with, we learn how to take a sound, la, and we learn how to shift the tonal range. And obviously Bardon gives a set of musical notes that he associates with each one of the 27 keys. And I'm going to go through that with some more detail as well about how we can relate it to ourselves. And then, of course, we have the water pole, which is our sensation or our feeling parameters. Now, this also has some variability in it as well, because obviously heat and cold are ways to experience, the fire and the water element. And then there's also expansion and contraction and these types of things. And these things can be felt, just like, heavy and light can be felt as well. And I've come across teachers who will maybe go for heat over expansion, or someone will go the other way. But what we're doing is that we'll go through them all and share these things with you so you can have a good play with them. But like I said, when you're sitting there in the meditation and you've got these three parts of you that you're exercising and turning these dials, you're able to just make micro adjustments in your three realms of operation, so you can tune into it. So you can, just like in a car radio, those old ones with the dials, and the little thing will move across and it'll be crackly. You'll hear a bit of a radio station, then it'll lock in and you've got perfect clarity. So this is a very ground up approach to this practice. And anyway, I just thought I'd share that. Hopefully it's some use. Please put your comments and questions, etc. in the area below here on the YouTube video. And thank you so much for checking it out.